Hello everyone. Today I am here to talk to you about some of your favorite pastime, which is being on Facebook. This Facebook Live is the result of some questions that I had recently about what to do if you have a business that's on Facebook only and that has not been supported by a website. So you have decided to set up a business and the only marketing you do or your main shop front is your Facebook business page. You don't have a website, you don't do Instagram, you're not doing any, you don't have any other form of advertising online. So you're not even running Facebook ads or whatever. So basically you have a Facebook business page and that's where you've started your business from. And having said that, it's a beautiful way to start a business because that is how I started my business. I was in business for 6 months before I had a website and even longer before I even got a business card, which I hardly ever use anyway. But the thing to remember is what is your obligations or what's your role as a service provider if you have just the Facebook business page as your main, platform or your shop front. So if regardless of where your business sits, whether it's on a website or Facebook business page or on Instagram, it doesn't matter. You are all still transacting. So you have a client, you have a service, and you're selling something. People are paying you, so there's a transaction occurring. So where does that leave you with your legal obligations? You still have the same obligations as if you had a website up and running and you were selling your service on a website. So just putting that aside for a moment, one of the things that you must remember is your whole, you're in business, what you're doing is you're building relationships. Facebook has, on your business page, you'll have a lot of information about your business, about the product, the service, different quotes, different bite-sized bits of information that would support your product or your service. So in that way, you are educating your clients to a degree, but they don't know anything about how to work with you just from your Facebook page alone, okay? A couple of things that can help you to get some of that education out there to your client is to have a pinned post about your service with some key pointers about how you work, and to go to the trouble of filling in the details that Facebook asks you for in terms of, your contact details or your working hours and who's on your team, etc., etc. That's a start, but it's still not enough. So when someone contacts you to engage you for a service via your Facebook business page, whether it's, to design a logo, to do a tarot reading, to, do any type of service that you are able to offer them online or in person, you will still need to follow them up. So most likely when you have a business that's on Facebook, that relies on a Facebook business page, people are contacting you via Facebook Messenger, and quite often, depending on the type of work you're doing, they're going to be sharing certain types of information with you. So if you're if you're in the therapies or the health environment or even a naturopath and someone contacts you via Facebook, even via your personal page or via your business page, you need to be wary that you have something in place that states that the information that you're giving is not the result of a consultation. If you go on to have a consultation with them and they book in for a consultation or a session or a therapy session or a reading or whatever it is that they've engaged you for, then that is a little bit different. That session itself becomes an individual session where their individual problems and challenges are addressed. And at that time, you need to have terms and conditions or a client agreement in place that explains what you do, how you do it, what you deliver, what you don't deliver, what the client can do with the information that they receive from you, you know, how they pay you, what happens if they cancel, what's the deal or the terms for rescheduling, and what happens if they're unhappy with the service. So these things still apply, even if someone books you for your service through your Facebook business page, or if they, you know, book you through a really swanky contact me page on your website. Very, very important still to remember that running a business from your Facebook page is pretty much the same as running a business from anywhere, whether it's your website, whether it's a shopfront, etc. People still have the right to know what they're buying, what they're paying for, and what is expected of them as well in that exchange. So, you know, I wanted to bring this discussion out here because it's very important to understand that just because Facebook is a very informal, personal space, and a lot of business pages are the same too. You know, it's a place where you can have a bit of fun and exchange information, and people follow you because they like you. But it's still a place for business, your business page, and people will still, you know, you're there because you're selling something. You're either selling a service or a product, and money changes hands. Ultimately, the best way to make sure that that happens smoothly is that you educate your clients about how to work with you and what your processes look like. You need to do this with them in various ways, and having terms and conditions in place is probably the easiest, the most straightforward, and the most professional way of doing it. Because when you contact them, you can upload your terms and conditions in Messenger and say, hey, this is the deal with working with me. I have some terms and conditions you need to know about. You can email it once your communication goes to email. You know, you can add it as to your proposal to the client, or you can add it as part of your signature, or you can simply send them to a PDF document as a file. So my message today is that don't undersell yourself or deprofessionalize yourself just because you are operating from a Facebook page only. Remember, it's still a business, you're still transacting, and people still need that knowledge of what the whole transaction with you is about before they get into it. Also, too, if you are selling on the Facebook page, like you to a shop, if you have a shop and you provide a link that takes people to eBay or to Etsy, get some advice on how that is to be managed. Because if you don't have a website and you have you're selling stuff, there needs to be terms and conditions somewhere to represent the whole transaction. It's a sort of a bit of a deeper topic, so I won't go into it now because, you know, Facebook Lives don't need to go on forever. But that's another important aspect of running your business from your Facebook page. And if you have any questions about that, or you want to talk to me about it, and you want to know how you can deal with this with your business, regardless of whether it's just on a Facebook business page or on your website, you can book in for a free consult and a chat with me, and I'll put the link in the comments below. So that's all I have for today, and I hope to see you next week. Not sure what I'll be talking about, but I'll think of something. Have a nice week. Bye for now.